Good morning, traders. It's 29th October 2015, 8:32 a.m. IST. Welcome to Justfintech ProAMT Traders Digest. Let me go through the disclaimer first. Trading futures involves substantial risk of loss and not suitable for all investors. This video is for educational purpose only and not a recommendation to trade. Please consult your personal financial advisor or do your own research before taking any trades based on the levels discussed here. We are not responsible for any losses arising due to trades taken on the basis of these levels. The information in this video is in accordance with the terms and conditions, risk disclosure, disclaimer of justfintech.com. So we had the FOMC press release yesterday, and Fed will not change the interest rates and keep it as it is. So the decision came unchanged, and maybe something may happen in the December end meet. The S&P 500 futures was sucking in few buyers before the news, and as soon as the news came in, they were the late buyers who were just stepping in and lifting the prices up. So the news came in and it went down in one go, and then in the late trade towards day end, it again rallied sharply and actually crossed the micro composite VAH. So it was like a very good pullback, and right now it is trading at 2079.25, and most of the Asian indices are trading in red. SGX Nifty trading flat, and so expecting a very flat or even a negative open. So let's have a look at the Nifty, what Nifty did yesterday. So I was expecting open somewhere just near this range or just below it, but we got a pretty decent gap down, and after that gap down we started pushing down. So we had discussed yesterday that if we get acceptance below the lows, then it will go further down towards 8170 and below. It has broken the very important support of 8185 types of zone which we were discussing. So the auction has turned much weaker here. We need to go above say around 8245 levels to again come into momentum towards upside. Till then there may be a sideways move or even a fall. Don't see any decent chances of up move till then. Let's see what Banknifty did. So Banknifty had a gap down again, and when pushing down, once it broke the IB low, then it never came back up, not even a test of the IB low, and went on pushing down, and towards 17,315 was the low. So from 17,315 it gave a nice pullback towards tried to go towards the developing POC but could not go. But here if we can see, let me show you yesterday's or maybe day before's profile. Now see, when we go into a narrow range, what happens is the developing POC starts chopping up and down. If we can see here, the developing POC has started chopping up and down, and that gives us a fair idea that we will be within a very confined range. And here if we can see yesterday's profile, see there was a chop till then we were sideways, then this went straight, and then again came down, went sideways again and again came down. So the POC was shifting down continuously, and hence that trend happened. So it points to the prices getting accepted at lower levels. Let us go through the long term Nifty futures. So I was just looking at the daily. We'll go to the 30 minutes and check. So here, this is the POC of this balance, and then the VAL of this balance, and then this balance. If anyone would have seen the earlier videos, we had been discussing these two balances when this breakout had come. So we are again within that balance, and the support is somewhere around 8130, and below that we'll push down towards 8080 kind of zone. And so again, this thing, the 8275 zone is a important LVN to watch on the upper side. 824445, very important HVN to watch on the upper side as well. And this LVN, we pushed below that and took support before this HVN. So that becomes a important reference point for today. If we can push below that and expire below that, or if we stay within this range and just expire somewhere here. We'll have a look at the Renko and go through the hypothesis for the day, but this was just to see the long term picture, where the volume has generated, and how does the composite volume profile show. So Bank Nifty came down from this. This is a HVN as well as the VH of this balance. So could not accept above it, pushed down further, and these all supports were gone in one go, and it tried to enter this composite. If you can see this, this also I had been discussing in the earlier episodes, and ideally if it would push down below this, something below 17300, then we could have expected further lower levels, but took support here and again reversed back. So till it stays above that, it may try to rotate back further up, or just within this range. This HVN of around 17690 becomes a very important reference on the upper side now. This is a continuous future contract, premium adjusted continuous future contract. So better to see the HVNs and LVNs on the composite here, because we know we get the volume generated on the prior contracts on prior days. So say what was the volume generated on the September contract when it was liquid, because on the October contract we won't have much volume in September. So I was quite lazy to merge these and get a running contract, but now I've done it, and it changes the perspective completely, because you get a better look into and better information into the volumes. So finally, let's have a look at the Nifty Renko chart. So here we go. It's like a chop in that range. What I had expected yesterday is chop here and then push down. And the first hypo was to chop and push back up to check for sellers, and then come back down. we got that didn't happen. So the other scenario which we had discussed is we open in somewhere near the range and then start pushing down directly. So actually that worked out. So till here there was no trade, a very choppy range, very narrow range, and this was the breakdown point. We can see this huge rotation down, then again a chop, and then again a huge rotation down. But a very smart pullback though, pulled back into this minus development on the volume and LVN actually, and into the value towards the day mid, but was not able to, because this was like in the dying minutes. So not that important though, but after all it's what the price says, and the price has closed there, so we have to take that into consideration. So now we have an important LVN here, just near the value area, volume based value area high of yesterday, and have a LVN here at 8155 zone, and HVN here at 8130 something. So what I expect today is open somewhere just within range, and a grinding move within the range, because that's its expiry today, so they would get a better chance to erode the premium from the 8200 call as well as the 8150 put. So can be a very narrow 50-point range between that, or else first suck in from the players from both sides and then give a directional move towards the end in the second session. So if it breaks out, this will be the point to look around 8220 and around 8130. So when we get the chop and it tries to break out on either side, that will be the trade initiation point. Let it establish a micro balance first and then let it break. What it can do is chop within this range, again push down to search for buyers, and then start pushing up towards 8345, 8245, sorry, or chop within this range, try to push up towards above 8205 and then get pushed down towards 8130. So those are the likely scenarios which can happen today on the Nifty. Let's see the Banknifty Renko. So a chop in the narrow range and then a decent move down, a breakdown and a decent move down, again a chop, again a decent move down, again a chop, and then this move down was very choppy, and again the last move down, which was very fluid and fierce. So again a decent pullback like Nifty, and just within the value area low, volume based value area low. So in Bank Nifty, the primary hypothesis will be open somewhere within the range, start chopping in this narrow range, and try to push up towards 17600 and then push back down. Secondary scenario will be chop within range, try to push back down towards, this is 17330s kind of zone, or and then when go down to close this naked volume based POC and start chopping there, or push back up from here and give a neutral close. So Bank Nifty is quite wild though, but being expiry day and having a very huge range today, expecting it to balance within or even go toward these now supports which have become resistances now, and then just close below that. So but being expiry, it may happen that the session turns very volatile, so won't be committing too much. uh, anyway, so tomorrow we'll discuss the FII rollovers and data and a lot more, because uh, the contract size is changing and we'll have to see what kind of volumes come up, and it will be a very interesting first week to see if the volumes are still coming up or the volumes are dropping down. So I think that's all for today. Nothing much to discuss. Uh, we'll gather something up maybe the second week of November. We'll discuss few ideas on risk management and other stuff. But for today, it's that's all from me. Thanks for watching and have a profitable trading day ahead.